This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Good evening and welcome to the South Side. That's Terre Haute South High School to be exact. For tonight's high school game of the week. Hello friends, Troy Wilzine alongside myself, Walter Gordon, here tonight. A senior night here at Terre Haute South High School. A very, emotional evening for a lot of individuals, whether they be band members, cheerleaders, dancers, basketball players, and their families and loved ones. Emotions run deep tonight on senior night, Troy, and this is a momentous occasion, a time to celebrate the achievement of some of these young people, not just the basketball team, but those that participate in winter sports and winter activities.
Yeah, we saw the pep band members get recognized, and the cheerleaders and the dancers, and of course the basketball players. So, every high school's going through this right now. The seniors are ending their high school career, and it's a big moment in every kid's life. And we've all been through it, so it's a pretty fun night to be here at South. Last game of the regular season, and they've got a game that you would think they should probably win tonight, so it could be a good night here on the South Side.
Of course, the Vincennes Lincoln Alice is in town for tonight's matchup. Vincennes Lincoln comes in with a record of 5-17. Terre Haute South, their hosts, 13-10. So these are two programs with rich history in the state of Indiana when you look at high school basketball. And they've kind of fallen on hard times as of late. Terre Haute South, the first winning record in several years. Vincennes Lincoln obviously did not reach that, but I think better days are to come looking at their coach and Coach Dave Mahern.
Yeah, both of these teams, as you mentioned, have struggled recently. Vincennes Lincoln hasn't had a winning season in, I think, 4 years.
Right.
South about the same, but they've kind of rebounded this year. As you mentioned, a winning record. Still looking to find some success in Conference Indiana, a very tough conference.
It is.
Which last time out they were beaten by Southport, who took the title this year. So, it's kind of a momentum-building night as we head into sectionals, and kind of a look to the future to see what you have for next year.
Of course, people that are from the Wabash Valley area might not be as in tune to Vincennes Lincoln, the type of teams they play. You look at the Southern Indiana Conference. Man, that conference is rough. You're looking at a lot of the Evansville schools. You sprinkle in a couple of others as well. Actually, I think just about all of them Evansville schools.
Castle
along
and
with,
Jasper also.
Jasper, yes, thank you, in Castle. So, you're looking at Wrights and Central and Bossy and North, and Modern Day, Harrison, Memorial. Those are teams that are rich in history as well in Vincennes Lincoln's schedule. I know their record is 5-17, but this is a very, very tough schedule that they play. Not
it
only
really
in
is.
conference, but out of conference also.
I think it was they joined the SIC in 2020-21 season, and they actually just picked up their first conference win this year. They're 1-25 in the Southern Indiana Conference, so they did finally beat Jasper this year. They got off the schneid there, so kind of a disappointing year for the Alices, but at least they got one milestone out of the way.
Absolutely. When you look at Dave Hearn, their coach, I mentioned, overall, this is his 31st season at the helm of a team in high school Indiana high school. Record of 364 and 305. This is a young man that has had lots of good teams. People around here know about the Rockville teams that he had in the early 2000s in that era. So I am very into. I'm going to be watching this Vincennes program to see how they progress over time. I really feel that Coach Mahern is going to get the ship righted. I think Allison's fans, be patient, give him a little time. I think he's going to have these young men playing some good basketball.
Yeah, I think you're right. I haven't seen them a whole lot this year. Obviously, they're kind of a small team.
Yep.
It's been a big-time struggle, but Coach Mahern is going to turn them around. You get the feeling. And this is a school that's had some success in the past.
Absolutely.
Two-time state champs. I mean, one was 1923,
Sure.
but as recently as 1981. And, of course, we look at South, too. They've been to several Final Fours. Two schools with a prominent history. It has been a while, yeah, but, you know, they're both looking to kind of regain that form.
That's right.
And get back to the glory days.
And the glory days is what we'll remember until we can get there again. Vincennes Lincoln in town, visiting Terre Haute South on senior night. We'll step aside for our first break in our pregame show and come back with more right here on the Indiana Sports Network.
Protect the things that matter most to you. Brian Sponsler, localizing 25 years of insurance experience to bring you and your family better coverage for less. Brian Sponsler Insurance for auto, home, life, and business.
Get the best high school rankings on XL High School Sports.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
H&R Block is your tax preparation service experts, no matter how you file. Sue Jones and Associates offer all tax preparation and all the tax services you need, not only at tax time, but throughout the year. Get your hometown tax help from Sue Goshen's H&R Block, located in Brazil, across from the courthouse. You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Vincennes Lincoln in town here at Terre Haute South High School, the south side of Terre Haute. We talk about Vincennes Lincoln, the record 5-17. 12 of the 22 opponents that they've faced so far this year have at least 13 wins at this point on their resume. So they're not playing chopped liver, folks. And, you know, you look at the 5-17 record. Terre Haute South better be ready to play tonight.
Yeah, it's a murderer's row they play all year. And, I mean, you know, they jump out of conference and you come to Terre Haute and play North and play South. And, you know, obviously they lost to North earlier this season. And that's their only matchup so far with a Conference Indiana team. So, you know, it's been a rough road for the Alices this season. It'll be interesting to see if how the offense performs tonight. They don't score much. They only average about 50 points a game. When they give up 55 or more, I believe they're 0-7 on the year. So it'll be interesting to see if Terre Haute South, you know, pushes the tempo like they normally do. And South, you know, when they score a lot, they win. Obviously, most teams do. But they're 5-0 when they score 70 or more. So I would expect an up-tempo game from the Braves.
And when you look at the Terre Haute South Braves, about their 13-10 record, Conference Indiana is a very, very tough conference in the state. And, you know, you go through the paces of that. You try to pick off some teams, haven't been as successful as they wanted to be during the Conference Indiana season. But Terre Haute South, as of late, have won 4 out of their last 6 games. So they're, you know, picking up some steam heading into postseason play. And they have some good leadership with some great guard play as well.
They really do, with Nos McNeil and Xavion Baker and Trevor Branch. I mean, they've got some – it's a guard-centric team. We talked about that when we covered the Northview game. Very guard-oriented, a lot of driving and penetrating the lane. McCoskey plays a good bit, but he doesn't take the role of the big man, you know. Sure. He's not the post guy that you're going to go to every possession. So he's not an Edey or a Jackson Davis, I guess we're talking.
Unfortunately for South.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, he's not Brian Evans, we'll say that. But anyway, he plays a big role in there, but they are all centered around mainly Nos McNeil. He's going to get his shots. You know, he's not the leading shooter percentage-wise, but he's certainly going to get his shots every evening. And Xavion Baker, I've been pretty impressed with this year.
Right.
So.
Talked to his dad coming in. Went to school with his dad, and you know, it's a wiry kid that is very elusive, and when he gets hot, he is dangerous.
Yeah, he's very dangerous, and in Conference Indiana, you've got to have that guy. I mean, as you mentioned how tough this conference is, every single team's got a winning record. Congratulations to Southport, by the way, on taking the title. They're 14-8. Terre Haute North and Bloomington North both with 14 wins, and then Columbus North and South, Terre Haute South with 13 wins, but Bloomington South finished 5th in conference. They're 17-7 overall.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So it's, they only play 5 conference games. That plays a role in it, but they're all teams you need to watch come this time of year.
And when you look at what this time of year entails, of course, the postseason is right around the corner. We're just a week or so away from postseason play starting the last week of February, and this is the last matchup for the Terre Haute South Braves and for the Vincennes Lincoln Alces before postseason play starts. End of February for South, beginning of March for Vincennes. But the sectional draw just came out over the weekend. It's going to be very tough. Of course, Terre Haute South, their sectional is at Plainfield, and they draw Avon in the opener of sectional number 12.
So that's going to be super tough for them. Obviously, Plainfield's the team that knocked them out last year in the first game. So that's a rough one. They're going to have to bring it. Terre Haute North is in that group 2, I believe.
They drew Brownsburg to start off. So there's no cupcake. There's no easy win anywhere in that sectional for anyone. But we look at the Terre Haute schools. South playing Avon, a team that they've already lost to this season. That was back at the beginning of the year, a 23-point loss on the road. But Terre Haute North drawing Brownsburg. Brownsburg good every year in basically every sport. So that's going to be a very tough one as well. You look at Vincennes, sectional 31. They actually start their sectional, which is played at Washington, at the Hatchet House, which I was able to go to for the first time last season, watching Sullivan in their regional championship game, I believe it was, or it might have been, don't give me, either regional or somebody say, wherever that game was when they played at the Hatchet House, I was there. First time I've been there, it's a big place. But Vincennes playing at the Hatchet House, playing Princeton, a team that they faced already this year, December 16th. They lost to Princeton 50-56. So Coach Mahern going to try to design a game plan to try to beat Princeton, and the winner of that game will play the winner of Pike Central in North Davies, who North Davies won the 1A state championship a year ago, jumped up to 3A. So, there's no, both of these teams got their work cut out for them. But, at this time of year, you prepare for what you have coming up in the sectional, and hopefully the tough schedule that you play gets you ready for your sectional opponent.
Yeah, it's too late now to be changing things.
Yeah.
You've just got to kind of polish the outside and let her rip at this point. But, for South, it's going to be an interesting one. They could definitely win that game, I feel like, but it's going to be a real tough ball game there. This year's all about Cinderellas, man. That's why we watch March Madness. In high school, college, we want to see the unexpected. And, Vincennes Lincoln, maybe they can shock somebody come tourney time.
Nice. That would be nice. I know the Terre Haute South Braves here tonight on senior night, hoping that the shock and awe does not start tonight. So Vincennes Lincoln in their away greens will try to pull the upset, at least on paper, against the Terre Haute South Braves. And it should be a dandy of a contest. Both of these teams have so much history here in the state of Indiana when it comes to high school basketball. Of course, the Vincennes Lincoln Alces, one of the OGs of Indiana basketball, starting their postseason play all the way back in 1913. So Terre Haute South, they don't go back that far, but the city of Terre Haute does when you look at high school basketball. We'll step aside for our last break in our pregame show as we honor America. We'll step back in with the introduction of our starting lineups in the tip. You're watching Terre Haute South basketball right here on your spot for sports, the Indiana Sports Network.
Protect the things that matter most to you. Brian Sponsler, localizing 25 years of insurance experience to bring you and your family better coverage for less. Brian Sponsler Insurance for auto, home, life, and business.
Grace Clinic Health Professional. Affordable, compassionate, comprehensive healthcare for the whole family. In Terre Haute and Greencastle.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
At Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we go to great depths to list and sell your property. If your agent isn't willing to go to these depths,
6 acres with bass,
to list and sell your property, don't you think that's a little fishy?
And there's fish everywhere. Oh! And snapping turtles!
For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com.
Oh, that's gross.
I'm all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And the starting lineups for tonight.
Starting at one guard, a senior, #12, Luke Tolliver. Starting at the second guard position, a senior, #22, Zach Steffi.
Luke Tolliver, Zach Steffi, both seniors.
#5, Braden Benson.
Braden Benson, a forward, a junior.
Forward position, a junior, #21, Gus McCrary.
Gus McCrary, the second forward, also a junior.
The third forward position tonight for the Alice.
And the third forward,
#23, Joel Sanders.
a sophomore, Joel Sanders. Dave Mahurin, the coach of the Alice's, looking for win number 365 of his illustrious career. 31st year of coaching Indiana high school basketball. In a moment, we'll have the starters for the Terre Haute South Braves. Got the lights turned down.
For your Terre Haute South Braves. Starting at one guard, a 5'10" junior, #3, Xavier.
First guard is junior Xavier Baker.
Starting in the second guard position, a 6'3" senior, #1, Grant Esper.
A 6'3" senior, Grant Esper.
Starting in the third guard position, a 6'1" senior, #2, Nas McNeil.
6'1" senior Nas McNeil.
Starting at forward, a 6'3" senior, #5,
A 6'3" senior, Arnie South.
And starting inside at center, a 6'8"
And the big man, a 6'8" senior, Jude Bukowski. So quite a few seniors up and down the rosters of these two teams tonight. Our starters for Vincennes, Benson, Tolliver, McCrary, Steffi, and Sanders for the Braves. Esper, McNeil, Baker, Schaus, and McCoskey. What a step side says, we want to make sure that we thank our sponsors for the night. Goshen H&R Block, Great Dane, Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Mossy Oak Properties, Riddell National Bank, Sponsor Insurance, and York Automotive. York has locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. A total of 5 to serve you. Ball is in the air. Schaus and Benson. The Vincennes Lincoln Alice's win the tip. You see them with their away greens, white numbers and stripes. Money green for Vincennes tonight on the road.
Terre Haute South 6-3 here at home this year, and they've won 4 of their last 6, so they're looking to ride that momentum into sectional play.
And they'll need some momentum and need to get it here tonight. Vincennes starting their offense very deliberately, passing around the horn, getting inside. And they're going to try to catch Terre Haute South napping. They're going to pop a 3, find the back door. Nice little slip to the basket. And an easy bucket for Raid and Benson. You run your offense, you get rid of 45 seconds on the clock, and you come up with 2 points.
Yeah, that's a very successful trip in their opinion, I would think. South even being a little patient here on the offensive end.
That bucket took all the momentum and the juice out of the building. It got awfully quiet after that made bucket. Here comes Vincennes off of the miss by Nas McNeil. Several seniors in the starting lineup for the Braves, 4 to be exact.
Here we see Schaus and Esper getting the start tonight. Not normal for South, but of course those seniors have earned it.
They have. Of course, Arnick Schaus, he was awarded the award. I didn't hear exactly what it was. I thought it was presented by FCA as a 3-pointer. Up and good for Gus McCrary, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes award, and just an outstanding young man from a great family. His dad and his grandpa both are pastors here in Terre Haute. His sister, who is a freshman at ISU right now, was a valedictorian here at Terre Haute South last year.
Got a pretty good family running there, don't they?
A very high-achieving family. Of course, I'm going to say that the current generation of Schauses, his sister and Arnick, are they've outpaced their parents. I know Arnick, which would be junior, his dad, never was valedictorian or anywhere close to it. So I'm going to give him some ribbon. I went to school with Arnick and his sisters. And Arnick's dad and my dad grew up together. So our families go back a couple of, probably go back 3 generations. 6-0 your score. Vincennes says put up a touchdown, no extra point. Terre Haute South looking to get the scoreboard for the first time. 3-pointer, no good by McNeil. Branch and Baker have entered the contest, as has Chris Herring. South gets a steal. Here comes McNeil. Branch, top of the key 3 is off. Rebound tips off of Herring's arm and couldn't be corralled. The ball will go the other way. Who hit that free throw for Vincennes?
Benson.
Thank you.
Yeah, Vincennes Lincoln 0-10 on the road. They've lost 3 of their last 4, so if anybody needs a boost, it's the Alices, but right. It's certainly a tough environment tonight.
On the floor is Benson, and keeping the ball, getting it from his backside to Joel Sanders. Sanders puts it up and in. 8-0, Alice's great start 3 minutes into the quarter. Baker's free throw line jumper off the back of the iron. McCoskey finally gets the Braves on the board off the offensive rebound, and 8-2 is your score.
The last time we covered Terre Haute South, we got a timeout on the floor.
And we'll get that point in a moment. 4:42 to go. Braves down 6.
Protect the things that matter most to you. Brian Sponsler, localizing 25 years of insurance experience to bring you and your family better coverage for less. Brian Sponsler Insurance for auto, home, life, and business.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at YorkAutomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose Hallman on the Indiana Sports Network.
Troy, before we went to break, you started to make a point about Vincennes. Go right ahead.
Oh, no, I was actually talking about the last time we covered South was the Northview game, and Big Jude McCoskey put up 20 in that one, and the Braves did an excellent job. They started kind of slow in that one, kind of like they are tonight, but kind of reacted to how Northview was defending them and ended up going to Jude quite a bit. So we'll see if that would play a factor tonight as well.
Sometimes you have to make some adjustments, and Coach Mahurin has saw that the pressure was slowing down his team a little bit on the last trip up. He calls the timeout. I like Terre Haute South going to the pressure early, trying to get some turnovers and jumpstart this offense. Corner three, good look, but not made. And gets his own rebound. That was Gus McCrary. In the paint, off the glass, off the rim, down through the net. Luke Oliver. He's got his first bucket. 10-2, Allison. Terre Haute South, decent movement on the offense as you see a little mock double team of McNeil. McCoskey thinks about this 10, 12-footer. Top of the key, Branch had great rotation. It was just short. Rebound comes down to Tolliver.
South getting out rebounded pretty heavily so far. It's kind of surprising.
Vincennes running their offense very crisply here tonight. Corner three, right side that time, no good. It was fought for with Joel Sanders and Trevor Branch. The referee says it went off of Branch. It will stay here.
They got a new big screen here in the gymnasium here at South, and I was kind of hoping they had replays on
me
that.
too. Oh, a great inbounds play goes to Tolliver, and the Braves are down down 10, 12-2 the score. Wells in off the bench. His little hook does not go. And Heron down with the board, giving South another opportunity. Oh, it's a quick. That's a shot that is a rhythm shot if your team has made a several. Not one you do when your team is ice cold. Under 3 to go, first quarter. It's interesting. This is my first game doing a first game that has quarters that I've done in quite some time. I might be a little rusty. Raiden Benson is not rusty. He's got 5. Terre Haute South, in my estimation, be well served by calling a timeout.
Yeah, they are not with it at all on the defensive end. Very soft defensively and very stagnant offensively.
Baker. Free throw line extended. Gets a big bucket. His first one of the game, 14-4. Braves find themselves down as we near the 2-minute mark of the quarter. Shot no good. It was tipped around. It's going to go to the Braves. You mentioned that big screen that we have. Hamilton Center stepped up in a big-time way here at Terre Haute South to put that scoreboard on the, what direction am I?
That'd be
the
west.
East wall, the west wall. Boy, I'm thinking, where am I? No, are you sure?
I think.
What do you think? Let's see. Okay. South north wall. If we're looking
You're
this
right.
way,
You're right.
we're looking
I'm
towards 7th
twisted.
Street, so that would be east. Yeah, the north wall in the People are
Sorry,
saying,
Walt.
who cares? You know, sometimes when you confuse yourself, you just want to get unstuck before you move on. Terre Haute South trying to get themselves unstuck in this basketball game. Under 2 minutes. Oh, that's a deep one right there.
Goodness.
I just mentioned these are shots that you want to take when your team is flowing. Terre Haute South is not flowing.
No.
Those are not good shots.
No, they're not working for shots at all, just kind of heaving up whatever's open, and if it's from 35 feet, so be it.
Yeah.
So
now that's a good shot. That's a good one, though.
There we go.
Wide open, top of the key. A step or two back, but he was wide open. It was in rhythm, off the pass. Xavion Baker, a big three for the Braves, 14-7.
A lot of pressure being applied, but we got a
Wells
foul.
picks up a foul. On the second team foul of the game.
Yeah, South's going to have to be careful, not only watching the fouls, but they've been beaten a few times with this full court pressure they're putting on.
Good ball handling. There could have been a foul right there off of Baker. He got away with one. They missed up. They have Wells, off of Wells, going the other way. I think it was a little bit late recognition. Baker finding Wells a little bit late. The defense converged.
The refs are letting them play here. A lot of contact on those two trips, but
bringing the ball up. Gus McCrary did a pretty good job. Dribble a little high, but using his left hand very well. Of course, he might be left-handed. I just don't know that yet. On the dribble drive was Zach Steffi.
Yeah, he shuffled his feet.
Yeah, was the travel was that Joel Sanders there. Picked up his, slid his pivot foot, and then goes the other way. Under a minute, 51.3 to go. Braves down 7.
No real spark yet for South. Xavion Baker's hit a couple shots, but see if Noss can get him going.
Gets his own rebound off the contact. And McNeil gets his first 2 to go. That's back-to-back buckets by the Braves. Their first time scoring on back-to-back trips in the game.
McNeil leads the team in scoring 15.3 a game. Leads the team in most statistical categories.
Let's see if Vincennes holds for one shot. They could. McCrary has a lane. Gets to the right corner. 3-point up. 3-point down. Joel Sanders. He has 5. 7 seconds to go. Here comes Baker in the front court. Down to 5. Branch got away with a little shuffle. Back iron, no good. First quarter is over. 17-9. Vincennes up 8. We'll be right back.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021,
Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people
in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
At H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they make sure your return gets done right. It's not just numbers, boxes, and forms. It's personal care, so you get every credit and deduction you deserve. With an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
This is Sue Goshen from your locally owned H&R Block in Brazil. Walk in, make an appointment, or drop off your documents, and we'll tackle your taxes while you're away.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Vincennes Lincoln at Terre Haute South. These two teams have played each other a ton down through the years. The last 2 times they've played, both at Vincennes Lincoln, the Alexes have won. They won in 2021-22. They won in 2019-2020. So Terre Haute South trying to get a win here against Vincennes, a team that has stymied them. You look at the second quarter starting. Is it more of the same for Vincennes? Is that what you'd say of your coach, Mahern?
Yeah, they've been pretty patient on offense, and it seems to be working out so far.
Corner 3 again. That one's off for Sanders. Vincennes, 2 offensive boards on this possession, Raiden Benson is very active even on the glass. Left side three-point, no good, and finally the Braves get the rebound. Baker speeding ahead off the glass with the left hand. He's got 7.
Just kind of wondering if we'd see a little more up-tempo here from South. They're playing, so we got that one knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here. They're playing Vincennes speed, and it's not working. So they're going to have to switch it up a little bit, maybe speed this up. I think that would suit them a lot better.
Gus McCreary inbounding the ball, a junior, has a decent size when you look at him, and a pretty good skill set as well. You can see, someone that, a coach would definitely invest in Gus McCreary. Inside, punishing Nas McNeil and getting to the line is Raiden Benson. Benson's a junior as well. He plays like someone who has older brothers.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He's
Yes.
not scared to go in there. Not a big kid, but not scared at all to go in amongst the trees.
This kid is tough. The lefty puts up the free throw, and it's no good. I wonder if he plays football as well. You look at his arms. Has definitely either been in the weight room or has done lots of push-ups. I don't know which way that goes. But this is a young man that is seeming to be very scrappy here in the early parts of this basketball game and has definitely got my attention. Allison's come with a little pressure, maybe a little 2-2-1, 2-1-2. Braves break it, they get it to Wells, and he scores. He gets the first bucket, the 6'4" sophomore for the Braves.
Nice find by Trevor Branch on that one.
Braves with pressure, and here comes Vincennes. Braves, I think, want to speed this game up a little bit, like you said. Let's see if Vincennes obliges. Down low. Wells, a little bit bigger than McNeil. Made it tough for Raiden Benson there. Wells in the corner, gets it back out. Here comes Baker and Branch. If he had caught it cleanly, he might have fired that one up, but did a better job of holding it. Offensive rebound attempt by Heron says no, Raiden Benson does. And he gets probably rebound number 3 or 4 tonight.
Yeah, I've got him for 3 already, and along with 6 points, he's been pretty productive so far.
Oh, boy, it's a great pass to Raiden down low. Led him maybe a little bit too much, but the idea was there.
Well, yep, I say he was thinking about it.
If you leave him open, it's hard for him not to take it. How about Trevor Branch off of the board? Going to lead to a timeout by Coach Mahern. A 30-second timeout, 5:21 to go, first half.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have. And that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Want to remind you that Friday night, us here at the Indiana Sports Network will be on the north side of town as the Terre Haute North Patriots host Evansville North. That'll be an 8 p.m. tip-off with 7:45 pregame show. Get a little extra time to come all the way up from Evansville.
Get another Southern Indiana team up here.
That's right. That's right. Here comes Trevor Branch with the steal, the interception, and the pick six.
Trevor Branch, he's been the spark here for the Braves. 4 quick points, a steal. He's made a couple assists. Like, he is really getting the Braves cooking down to a 1-point game here.
18-17, almost a steal. Braves trying to make it tough for Vincennes. A 3-pointer off the back iron, but guess what? Gus McCreary, another offensive board, and they pay it off, a 3-pointer by Joel Sanders.
Third 3 of the night already for Vincennes Lincoln.
How many offensive rebounds? Probably about 5, 6?
Yeah, they are dominating the boards. Wow.
In off the bench, Peyton Turner. 3-point shooter extraordinaire. The sophomore dials one up.
Turner is the leading 3-point shooter on the team.
Here comes the trap, and they get out of that very nicely. The Benson almost to and one, but Wells picks up foul number 2. He probably will go to the bench. Yep, McCoskey's getting ready to come in the game. Old Raiden Benson, everywhere you want him to be.
Well, you put a lefty in the paint, and it just throws everybody off.
Everybody, yeah. Benson's got 7.
This is the third game against Southern Indiana Conference teams for the Braves this year. They lost at Evansville North, but defeated Evansville Bossy.
And that was a game that when I saw that, I was, I'll be honest with you, I was kind of impressed. Bossy is a team that they're going to score a lot of points, very athletic, always have some really good talent on that team. So for Terre Haute South to put up 80 on Bossy, 80-73 that game just about a month ago. That was an air ball there by Turner. Here come the Alice's. Alice is up 3, 23-20, just under 4 minutes to go in the half.
The offense has certainly been running through Raiden Benson so far in this one, but he's off the floor now, so we'll see what happens.
Corner 3, third of the game for Joel Sanders. He does it from the right side, now he does it from the left.
First one in double digits tonight.
Double team of McCoskey. Turner doesn't take that one. Like the action for Terre Haute South off of that post-entry pass. McCoskey go to work, offensive foul, maybe. Nope, they didn't call one. He goes up off the offensive board. I thought they were going to get the offensive foul there. I'll be honest with you. When I saw McCreary go down, and I do not think he took a dive.
I don't think Coach Mahurin is real thrilled right now.
Yeah.
This guy got cleaned out underneath. Big Jude got his own rebound. Now he's at the line.
Yep. So Joel Sanders picks up foul number 1. Vincennes doesn't look to be a very deep team, do they?
No, it doesn't seem like it. Just in the shoot around beforehand, it didn't appear that way.
Missed a pair. Baker bails him out with the rebound. Branch gets fouled before he gets to the bucket. I think that was a great foul. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
It's just the third team foul on the Alices.
Screen for Baker. Now McNeil left side. Just can't find the mark. Baker off the offensive board. Dumps it down to McCoskey. Jews got 4. Braves within 4. And a steal by McNeil. He drives baseline, gives it to Branch. Back to McNeil in the corner. Setting up the offense. And there's the charge. Didn't get him last time. This time they did. And old Gus McCrary drew that charge on Jude McCoskey.
Coach Mahurin not thrilled with the Alice's kind of lazy inbounding there on that last possession. They do still have a 4-point lead, though.
They do. Steffi brings it up on Branch. Here comes the trap. Had to terminate his dribble and gives it to Tolliver. Corner 3. A little bit off the mark that time. That was Drew Hambrick. Baker down the lane with the left. He's got 9. Braves within 2, down to 2:11 to go in the half. Hambrick on the drive. Left hand, good.
You'll notice they've kind of sped Vincennes up a little bit. However, you got to get back on defense or it doesn't matter.
Vincennes showing that they can play with a little speed as well. Turner pitches it around. Not a great of a pass to McCoskey. Branch, top of the key, the rotation, and a shot, pure. Branch has got 7. Nearing 1:30 to go in the half.
You know, you look at these two records coming in, you're kind of wondering how entertaining of a game we're going to have, but this has been pretty good.
It has. Braves down 1. Vincennes sharing the ball very well. And a slide of the foot by Hambrick in the turnover. It's a tough one there. May have been caused by some dust on the ground more than anything else.
6 turnovers for the Alices.
Benson back in. Trying to think. I think that might have been Sanders that took a seat. And Alice's go 2-3 zone. Turner off the, actually not even off the iron. It's an air ball.
Off anything.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be off the iron, back iron, but he didn't quite control that. In for the first time, Josh Morgan for the Braves. 52 seconds to go in the half. Zach Steffi. Vincennes, will they hold for 1? I kind of doubt it. Down the lane, got his man in the air, Hambrick, unabashed. Offensive board, are you joking? Oh my, our 8 center couldn't corral it, and Vincennes, with their diminutive guards, come away with it with another possession.
Yeah, and they're going to hold for the last shot now, it would appear, and take this lead to halftime.
I like the freedom that I see in the offense by Vincennes. Foul by Makovsky, not a good one. That's going to be foul number 2 on Jude, number 6 on the team. I don't like that foul because McCrary was not going to score from the volleyball line.
You never like your big man getting a foul, 40 feet from the basket. It just doesn't make any sense.
But McCrary's skill set with his size, you put your big man on him because, you got no other choice. I'm 9 seconds to go. Steffi turns the corner, pitches in the corner. Shot off the iron. Terre Haute South comes away with it. A last-second heave by Chris Herons, a little short. The Braves 1 point shy going into the intermission. 28 for Vincennes, 27 for Terre Haute South. We'll set aside for a break. Come back with halftime stats and analysis. You're watching high school basketball on your spot for sports, your Indiana Sports Network.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
There was a time when your local pharmacy defined your community. Before the days of long lines and drive-through national chains, pharmacists gave your health personal attention, and you always met with a familiar face. Back then, your questions were always answered, even when you forgot to ask. In Brazil, Indiana, that friendly local pharmacy has always been Lynn's Pharmacy since 1872. We are a modern pharmacy with the latest technology, still deliver that old-fashioned, friendly personal service today. Experience the tradition with your family at Lynn's Pharmacy in downtown Brazil.
We were choosing colors for the house, and I stopped and looked at Mike and said, "We're really doing this, aren't we?" The process was challenging, but Riddell was there for us. They eased our stress. It made sense when Mike said,
"We're really doing this."
Mortgage loans made easy from Riddell. Making friends since 1885.
Protect the things that matter most to you. Brian Sponsler, localizing 25 years of insurance experience to bring you and your family better coverage for less. Brian for auto, home, life, and business. You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network. It's time for the halftime report on the Indiana Sports Network.
Halftime is among us. It's senior day and a senior night, and the senior dance team, the seniors of the dance team are performing their senior dance routine, and the ladies have worked here at high school for a number of years, and they have the floor on their night. So many seniors been acknowledged here, as is customary. This time of year is a very emotional time especially for the families. Maybe not so much for the students, or not as much for the students, but for parents that have driven to a lot of practices and camps and clinics and performances and games and just all that.
It's a lot of work for the parents,
It is. It is.
Not only that, but you're dealing with your son or daughter possibly leaving home, going to college.
That's
It's
right.
it's going to be a rough time. I'm not looking forward to this, Walt, and you're kind of dragging me down here now, man.
I honestly, before when they were doing the pep band senior night introductions, I was thinking in 2 years I'm going to be down there with my kid. That's time goes by fast.
It's getting heavy in here.
It is. You want to
heavy.
enjoy it, and I know the parents and loved ones of all of our seniors, especially saw just a moment ago the ladies being hugged by their dance teammates, and it's just a great time. 28-27 as we turn the page, and before tears start falling around this place. 28-27 is on the scoreboard. Terre Haute South down 1 point. Vincennes Lincoln, Troy. I like what I've seen from them. It's a pretty good first half. I don't know where I would grade it. This is the first time I've seen them play, but I'm pretty impressed with what I saw.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. They kind of stuck to who they are offensively. They sped up a little bit, but only when South left the opening, and they got a few transition buckets. Rayden Benson, really impressive. I've got him for 8 points and 3 rebounds, but really active. All of his points coming in the paint, other than a few at the free throw line. So, not a big guy, as we mentioned,
Right.
but he's taking it to the Braves inside so far.
Definitely a tough cookie, as you mentioned, the rebounds and kind of facilitating a little bit, helping to keep things moving. Another guy that I really had my eye on, didn't score a lot. Augusta Prairie's average for 3 points, brought the ball up the floor quite a bit, especially when Terre Haute South went to their pressure defense. Gus, with his size, being guarded by a bigger guy for Terre Haute South most of the time, helped to alleviate some pressure off of the guards.
Yeah, he's handling the ball really well. He's jumped in on the rebounding. He's got 3, so it seems like they play pretty well as a unit.
Right.
I would have liked to have seen him more so I could maybe pinpoint some problems, but I think you kind of hit on one of them. They're not very deep, so maybe if you get them in foul trouble a little bit, then probably not much to go to, it wouldn't seem, for the Alice's. But, we're a long way from that. Not many fouls on them, so South may be in for a battle here.
And, of course, when you look at the outside shooting, Vincennes, Joel Sanders, did hit 3 triples. I believe all 3 in the second quarter, at least 2 of the 3 in the second quarter. So some outside shooting. And you have other guys not afraid to take the open three-pointer.
Yeah, we've seen Drew Hambrick pop a couple, and he hasn't hit yet. But, yeah, Sanders has 11 points, 3 rebounds. So a lot of guys playing big roles here for the Alice's so far. And Terre Haute South can't just come out and do what they did in the first half, because obviously a very slow start, especially offensively, just not clicking at all. But I kind of keep going back to that Northview game. This is kind of following that line, and they came out rip-roaring in half number 2. So,
of course, in the first half for Terre Haute South, Xavier Baker came off the bench because the senior night, came off the bench, scored 9 points in the first half. Really helped to start the offense for Terre Haute South.
Yeah, it seems like every game we call on here, we talk about a spark plug, one place or another, and Xavier Baker fits that role tonight. Off the bench, came in, kind of got the Braves moving a little bit offensively. They're pretty stagnant, but a lot more ball movement with him in there. McCoskey and McNeil finally started moving around a little bit, and Heron didn't accomplish a whole lot while he was in there, but man, is he active.
Yes.
And Peyton Turner comes in, hits a big three, so contributions from all around, but a lot of clumsy mistakes kind of on both sides as well.
Yeah. And at this time of the year, that's the one thing you don't want to see. You don't want to see a lot of turnovers, but you don't want to see bad execution. And I think for Vincennes, I thought we saw more good execution than Terre Haute South, and not by a wide margin there. But both teams had moments where they just didn't execute very well.
Yeah, and, you know, the knock on South all year has been they're kind of a straight-to-the-hoop team. You know, they're going to drive and shoot or they're going to pop a three. There's not much offense being ran. And Vincennes Lincoln does that. They run a pretty good offense, but they're just not knocking down a ton of shots.
Right.
They are rebounding a lot better than I thought they would. So I think South could get back in this thing and get on top if they could hit the boards a little harder. They're getting some good transition buckets. So I think the speed of South probably wins out in this, but never say never.
Vincennes Lincoln on the road, up 1 at halftime, 28-27. We'll step aside for a break on our halftime show. When we come back, we'll get ready for the start of the third quarter. You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
You're watching West Central Indiana boys basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
Here at Mossy Oak Properties, Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we know hunting property, and our agents have the skills to close the deal. But what is it that separates us from others? We have field experience. We speak the language. We use targeted marketing. We cast a wide net, and we have local contacts. When it comes to buying or selling your hunting ground, let's just say, we're killing it.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
H&R Block is your tax preparation service experts, no matter how you file. Sue Jones and Associates offer all tax preparation and all the tax services you need, not only at tax time, but throughout the year. Get your hometown tax help from Sue Goshen's H&R Block, located in Brazil, across from the courthouse.
Grace Clinic Health Professional. Affordable, compassionate, comprehensive healthcare for the whole family. In Terre Haute and Greencastle.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Back for half number 2, quarter number 3. You want to make sure and thank our sponsors. Goshen H&R Block, Great Dane, Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Mossy Oak Properties, Riddell National Bank, sponsor insurance, and York Automotive. Kenan Harper, Nathan Cowan, and Sebastian De La Rosa. Manning the cameras for us tonight, our director and producer, Mr. Tony Harper. A steal by the Braves, and that's Trevor Branch once again after the missed 3 by South, as they're trying to get off to a little bit better start, trying to score a little earlier than they did in the first half.
Yeah, they started pretty slow, just kind of taking whatever shot was available to them, and here we see Branch driving the lane, making something happen early.
You just wonder, you know, Nas McNeil is senior night and, you know, wants to play well, maybe pressing a little bit, not getting anything to fall. Has 1 bucket, just 2 points. You know, you want something to fall for that young man, like to maybe see him go to the hole and get something there, maybe get to the free throw line to get him going.
Yeah, it's easy for a high schooler to put a little extra pressure on him tonight. You got the family and friends, more students here than normal for a weeknight. full grandstands, so a lot of pressure.
Terre Haute South takes their first lead. McCrary misses a three, and here comes McNeil. Ooh. Ball tipped around and corralled by Vincennes. And McNeil puts his head down, trots up the court. Keep your head up, young man. You got to keep playing. Just a little frustrated right now. And I kind of don't blame him. But when you're frustrated, what do? How do you respond to it? In the paint, Raiden Benson.
I say, guess who?
Yeah. McNeil right down the floor. Right in front of Coach Lewis. Puts in a three. That's his first three-point bucket of the night. He's got 5.
Sometimes you just got to see that first one fall, and then it starts flowing.
Braves up 32-30. You do not want a grinder of a game. Oh, Wells. Wells got the block, but a little bit of the body as well. He's frustrated. That's going to be foul number 3 on Jaden Wells. I'd like to see him stay on the floor. Yeah, I don't see a sub coming in. I'd like to see him, Coach Lewis, ride him for a while, see if the sophomore can play with 3 fouls without picking up his 4th. And he just gives quite a bit defensively. See, he got the start in the second half for McCoskey. Moves a little better matchup.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Matches up a little better.
Yep.
So.
1 of 2 from the free throw line. Zach Steffi. Wells with the rebound. Free throw line jumper, no good. Heron can't get the rebound. Joe Sanders does. Good screen by McCrary. Frees up Sanders. Couldn't make the 3, though. Free throw line jumper was a Heron. He couldn't make that one. That's one of the first jumpers. I don't know how many jumpers I've seen him take this season.
Not a common occurrence.
No, I like the fact that he took that, though. That's a good shot. Ball swinging around from side to side for Vincennes. They're making the South work defensively.
Lincoln is most successful when they take their time and just kind of let South, they kind of put them to sleep a little bit, it almost seems like.
They got Wells in the air. Probably should have picked up that 4th foul. That's Gus McCrary had him in the air. Wells got to stay on his feet. Can't be jumping up with 3 fouls, and I think Coach Lewis getting ready to sub him out. He saw that.
They looked into Benson there, and he shook his head no, as if he wasn't ready to go up against Heron just then.
Great drive down the paint. Couldn't pay it off, though. Gus McCrary missed a little chippy and right down the floor. Not a great shot there for Trevor Branch. Almost banked it in. Didn't go in. In the paint, McCrary. Low turn of a shoulder, and he's got 5. Vincennes back up 33-32. Like I was going to say, Braves don't want to be in a possession basketball game at the end of this one. They would need a little distance. If they're in a possession basketball game, this may go by the wayside. Nas McNeil, 1 of 2 on this trip. He makes that last one.
Yeah, you can't give Nas an extra wide open 3. That's for sure.
Braves throw a little trap. Vincennes breaks it. Benson powers. Oh, could have put that one up.
Yeah.
And McCrary dials up a 3. His second one of the night. Vincent back on top. 36-35.
Benson had a wide open layup. I don't think he realized it, but ended up working out for the better.
Baker on the step back. How about that? Here on the rebound. McNeil, that's going up, that's going down. Nas McNeil.
Saw that first one fall, and now they're all starting to fall for Nas. He's got 11.
Trevor Branch has got away with the foul. Whew. Step side for Gus McCrary. He's hit 2 triples in a row. Now the shots are falling from all over the place.
You got McNeil versus McCrary here. Just threes back and forth, both with 11 points.
Niles on the drive, all the way to the cup. Can't get it to go. Wells. He'll get 2 free throws off the offensive board. Coach Lewis has been trying to sub him out for the last 2 minutes of game action, but they haven't had a stoppage. Josh Morgan and Jude McCoskey at the scorers table. Going to check back in probably for Wells and Herring. Wells, a sophomore that's got more talent than I think he even realizes. When he realizes and gets some confidence, this young man's going to be dangerous.
We would like to give a shout out to Zeke Tanous of West Vigo, scored his 1,000th point tonight up at Shakamak.
And a big accomplishment for Tanous, as 1,000 points in a high school career is a load, man. That's a lot of points. I mean, it's not Damon Baylor territory and not Brody Boyd territory, not even Maynard Lewis territory. But 1,000 points nonetheless is quite a few.
Nothing to sneeze at.
No. Has a goose egg. But then I also have never missed a shot in high school basketball. I've never taken one. McCrary in the paint, tried to get it off as a beat round. He gets a foul. A little too aggressive there, trying to get the miss. Braves up 1 with 2:18 to go in the quarter. McNeil, you got to step out on him. Oh, that one didn't go down. And here come the analysis. You'd think at this point, oh, wow. That was aggressive by Steffi. Couldn't quite get that one to go. You just think at this point, you better step out on McNeil because no matter where he is on the floor, it's liable to go up. Trevor Branch in the paint. He gets that bucket to go.
Well, that's the bad thing when you're trying to guard South. You step out on McNeil, and then you look across, and you've got Trevor Branch and Xavion Baker out there. It's like you don't really want to leave those guys.
No, you do not. Braves with our largest lead of the game at 3. 3-point miss. Leak out McCoskey, and he's got the layup. Braves up 5, 44-39.
Biggest lead of the game, Terre Haute South. Momentum going their way.
And the steal, Trevor Branch. He'll get the layup, probably a timeout. Coach Mahern has his hand in his head. Trevor Branch down. He's slow to get up. I don't know if he landed on somebody's ankle. He's going to have to come out of the game here as Coach Lewis and also the trainer have come out pretty quickly as Trevor Branch gets a round of applause. His second steal of the night. Points numbers 12 and 13. The sophomore quarterback and guard for the basketball team. McNeil, watch it.
Yep.
I don't know, did McNeil tap that ball down?
Yeah, he did after the foul.
That could have been a technical. That was close. I think maybe he didn't get it because it's senior night.
Yeah, sometimes they'll call that pretty quick in high school, so it's lucky to get away with that.
Sidestep, 3-pointer. No good once again by McCrary. He'll take another one off the offensive rebound. That was no good. Steffi, the offensive rebound, and a 3-pointer. That is up and no good by Tolliver. Another offensive rebound by one of the smallest guys in Vincennes. Vincennes is getting ready to get their 5th shot attempt on this possession. Unfortunately for them, it doesn't go down, but they get a steal. How about this? Oh my goodness. 6 cracks at it on the trip, none of which go down for Vincennes. Coach Lewis calls a timeout. 30-second timeout by Terre Haute South. We'll be right back.
Protect the things that matter most to you. Brian Sponsler, localizing 25 years of insurance experience to bring you and your family better coverage for less. Brian Sponsler Insurance for auto, home, life, and business.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Oh my goodness, I'm telling you what. I about had a conniption. Terre Haute South gave up 6 field goal attempts. On one trip down the court, Coach Lewis felt my pain and called a timeout and said, boys, you better get a rebound. Or something like that.
Coach Mahurin over here shaking his head. One of the assistants is laughing. The other one's crying. I don't know. Get 6 shots at you. You don't come away with any points. That's pretty rough.
Down to 7 seconds. Corner. Nope. You drive it, and here comes Peyton Turner. Top of the key for you. Terre Haute South, 49-30. Going into the third quarter break. Biggest lead of the game for the breaks. 10-point lead, 8 minutes ago. We'll be right back for it.
At Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we go to great depths to list and sell your property. If your agent isn't willing to go to these depths,
6 acres with bass,
to list and sell your property, don't you think that's a little fishy?
And there's fish everywhere. Oh! And snapping turtles!
For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com.
Oh, that's gross.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
As Run DMC blasts through the speakers here at Terre Haute South High School, the Braves have a 10-point lead in what was a 22-point quarter for the Braves. As boy, they're getting great looks and nothing falling. Rayton Benson, a chippy, couldn't quite get it to go the other end. Look at Xavion Breaker. Oh, boy.
Yeah, things have gone pear-shaped here for the Alices all of a sudden. Maybe we're starting to see why they're 5-17.
They need a couple of good minutes great effort there by Nas McNeil. Jumped over a couple of assistant coaches as he tried to save that ball and get a steal for his team. As the crowd celebrates his effort. Nas McNeil, we talked about him, senior, winning it quite a bit. 9 points in the third quarter. Hit 3 triples, has 11 for the game. He'll end up around his average, won't he?
Oh, yeah, he always seems to find a way to get up around 15 or so. And yep, but once he saw that first one go down, he's in pretty good shape.
That's right. Nice block by McCoskey. Ball stays in bounds, just like Bill Russell would teach. The foul to keep the play, to kill the play. As a Vincennes player crashed into the stands right by the pet band. Boy, he hit his back pretty hard, and that's Zach Steffi. He'll get subbed out. Tried to stay in the game, but man, oh man, he went to the floor and slid, and his back hit the bottom of the bleachers.
It's going to take something awfully special from the Alices now. They're not built for comebacks, you don't feel.
Down low to McCoskey. No bucket. Foul on the floor. South students not very happy about that, letting the referee know. Team foul number 5 on Vincennes. Corner 3 up and no good. Xavion Baker, the offensive board. Nas McNeil thinks about it. Trying to get back to that corner. Looking for Josh Morgan once again. Ball tipped out of bounds. Braves will inbounds baseline left.
You know, you look at last year for Terre Haute South, they went just 4-20. Almost a 10-game pickup this year.
You know, it reminds me of another team that didn't fare very well last year here in the Wabash Valley area, that being the Indiana State Sycamores. 20 wins in the regular doggone season for my Sycamores in the second year of Coach Josh Schertz. Offensive board once again, and here comes the steal. 3-on-2 break. Nas McNeil gets tripped up, gets the ball out of his hands. Morgan in the paint. He'll get 2 free throws. When Terre Haute South smells transition, they attack it viciously.
Yeah, they've been that way since day one. We did a game real early in the season here against Robinson, and I mean, it was a crack meet, it seemed like.
Josh Morgan, just a sophomore. When you look at this team, Terre Haute South, they lose a lot, boy, I tell you. But when you look at Morgan as a sophomore, Trevor Branch as a sophomore, Peyton Turner as a sophomore, Jalen Wells a sophomore, Chris Heron a sophomore, and Brady Wilson, who hasn't played as a sophomore. This sophomore class is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's pretty solid for sure. Really, the only thing they're missing is that big man, you know? But
Luke Tolliver,
as far as guards go, I mean, Turner's lights out from 3 when he's on. Trevor Branch, really impressive.
He is.
They got a pretty good crew building up here on the south side of Terre Haute.
Have some freshmen over there in the wings as well that are very nice. A nice drop off from Baker to McCoskey. Hey, Jude. Terre Haute South keeping the pressure on. Low kick by McNeil. He puts up his finger in his hands, and the kick is good.
Yeah, South looking for their 14th win of the season to just 4 last year. It's a nice turnaround, and you feel like momentum going their way, and you know, some good returners, and you know, they could be right here or maybe a little bit better next year.
Xavion Baker, a junior, the lone junior on the varsity roster for the Braves. So you do lose, obviously, Grant Espert, Nas McNeil, Arnick Shouts, Jude McCoskey, so you lose that as a corner 3. Up and good by Gus McCrary. McCrary's hit now 4 threes in the contest. He's got 14. Trevor Branch, the scorer's table. Nice to see him get ready to come back in. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Terre Haute South, 22 points. Doubled up the Alice's, 22-11 in the third quarter.
Yeah, they're a third quarter team, man. It's been all season long.
Talked about
kind
that.
of held true to that.
Terre Haute South going to take a little air out of the balloon here. Picked up a foul. It's going to be 1 and 1. As Baker will go to the line. I think Coach Lewis did not want that foul to be called. He put his arms out like, hey. I think he wanted to just let it be a play on. Game got started a little bit late. The JV game went into overtime. Then you had senior day festivities before the varsity contest. So we're hitting on 9 o'clock on a school night. We got to get these kids in the sack. You got school in the morning.
Here before too long.
Say what?
So you got to get me into bed before too long. I'm getting tired.
We're getting a little old. Can't stay up late like we used to, Troy.
That ain't no kidding.
Baker, points 12 and 13. So he is we got 3 Braves in double digits. We have 3 Alice's in double digits tonight. Blocked by McCoskey, and the leak out. Oh, they got the foul. They got the foul on Baker. They fouled him as he tipped it out to McCoskey. That's the second time here this quarter we've seen old Jude leaking out.
Yeah, that was a nice block, and he took off.
That's right. That's what you should do.
Baker caught one in the face there.
Yeah, he did. The late, great Bill Russell always lamented guys blocking the shots into the third and fourth row. He said, keep that thing in bounds. Of course, that block by McCoskey was in the middle of the court. But the last one was on the baseline, so good of him to keep it in court, in play, to start that transition. Baker makes the first free throw.
You know, it's nice for the show when you toss one halfway up into the grandstands, but, you know, as a coach, keep that thing in. Let's get some fast break points.
That's right. Boy, I look at old Gus McCrary, and I don't know. I've never seen him before today, but I just like the tools that he has. I hope he just keeps working. The jump shot is pretty good. He'll keep working on that. He uses his off hand. He dribbles well with his left hand for a junior with that size. He looks like a kid that coaches have been working with. You know, so
yeah, he's got a good skill set.
He does.
He's got some pretty good size to him too.
Yeah.
So
what you think? 6'3", maybe?
I would say so.
And to see him utilize that left hand quite a bit here tonight to get away from pressure. He does not shy away from using that offhand. Subs coming in, Arnett Schaus along with Grant Esper. As you hear the crowd cheering, the next dead ball, those two young men will get in. Baker tried to get one off the glass, and you had old Drew Hambrick leaning backwards to draw that charge before Baker even jumped in the air.
Xavion's having a heck of a night here. I've got him for 15.
Yeah.
He averages about 14 per game, so the leading scorer tonight for the Braves.
Baker makes the first. And Dylan Bellamy. And I believe for the first time for Vincent Lincoln, he's a junior. Baker makes a pair.
South 12 of 14 from the charity stripe.
You'll take that all night long, won't you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Three-pointers just haven't been falling. Fine, there he is. Oh, boy. I was just going to say I'd love to see a leak-out opportunity for old Arnett Schaus. Word is that young man can leap through the sky. You know, the Schauses, his Arnett's aunt married into the Hart family, which Brian Hart, his brother Steve, is basketball royalty here at Terre Haute South. Played on one of those teams is up in the rafters. That 1991 Final Four team. Steve Hart was on that team. Nas McNeil off the mark. Schaus with the couldn't keep the puppies in bounds. That 1991 team, my sister graduated in 1991, so being able to come to basketball games with her,
pretty fun,
and
season,
watch that team. Boy, that was a lot of fun to watch. Oh, comes in. Oh, no. Be careful. Oh, not a good foul there, and I think Hambrick, he knows he shouldn't have done that. He patched Jude McCoskey on the butt and said, I'm sorry, guy. Jude was going up, and Hambrick gave him a nudge. I know that if Hambrick had that to do over again, You know, you maybe go for the wrist or something. You don't put the nudge into the back. It's an intentional foul, as it should be, for player safety. Jude will get free throws. South will get the ball.
Not sure you want to be shoving Jude in the back just in garbage time like that.
No. He knows he made a mistake there. Yeah, it's too bad there. But the good thing, I'm sorry. Sorry to Jude's family, I'm going to say it anyway. The good thing is that the push didn't do much. Jude is a big fella. He's going to go to Indiana State and play football. It takes a lot more than a one-arm push, and I say that in jest. And it really could have done damage because Jude was going in the air. You put somebody that's going up in the air, it doesn't take much to knock him off kilter, and it could have done some damage. So I say that in jest.
You never know how you're going to come down,
exactly
either
right.
turn an ankle or worse.
Exactly right. Speaking of which, I think now would be a good time to get Jude out of the game. Schaus will get. Oh, he traveled.
I don't know about that.
I don't either.
Just a sixth turnover for the Braves.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good night.
Yeah, I'd like to see Jude come on out of this game. I'll just give him a round of applause on senior night. Put Heron in for him. 3-point up and good by Joshua Clegg. His first bucket. I think we're seeing his first action of the night.
I would think we'd be about to get a timeout and give these seniors
I would
one
like
last
to see
round,
that.
so.
I'd like to see that. Arctic Schaus, a three-pointer up and no good. As for the rebound, boy, stepped out of bounds, unfortunately. Let's see if we get a sub. No subs as of yet. Somebody page Maynard down. Well, nobody has a pager anymore. I don't know why I said page. Just giving my age there. Somebody text Maynard and tell him to get these seniors out of this game. Of course, Maynard, a 1997 graduate of Terre Haute South High School. His jersey hangs on that north wall. Indiana All-Star. Runner-up to Mr. Basketball, his senior year. I think lost out to, who was it, the Lewis kid? No. Who won Mr. Basketball that year? Oh, gosh. Thought it was a kid from Jasper.
We're going to find out.
Oh, that's bugging me now. Maynard got hurt. Is part of the way his senior season got derailed a little bit.
I think you've heard of this guy.
Luke Recker. Gosh. Luke Recker. Yes. He went to IU, played a little ball. Maynard went to Purdue, played for Gene Cady. Had a nice career there, and most importantly, got a fantastic degree. I know he roomed with John Allison, one of the centers for Purdue. Boy, he was massive. Runner, no good there, as Vincennes gets a couple more players on the floor. Still see some seniors out there for Terre. It's only an 11-point lead.
Look out.
Oh, man. You're running loud from McCoskey. Schaus gets the steal. Behind the back, Arctic Schaus. Oh, get him on the scoreboard. He's having fun. Oh. Under now a minute to go in the game. Offensive board. Ooh, we got to call that foul. Offensive board by Sanders, and McCoskey picks up the foul. Oh, that's on Baker. You know, I think we might have set a record, or at least close to a record, for the number of mullets at a basketball game here at Terre Haute South. I've seen a lot of mullets tonight.
Seems to be coming back into fashion.
Boy, it's back in full effect. My goodness. 54 seconds to go. It's a 9-point game. 61-52. We've been broadcasting this thing like it's a 30-point game. It just does feel like it.
Yeah, it does. It feels a lot bigger than it is. But Vincennes Lincoln's been chipping away here and there.
Yeah, they have.
I think you're going to try to get Esper or Schaus a shot here.
There's Esper. No good. Makovsky. Let's find Schaus or Esper, one of these two guys. There we go. Schaus has got it. Down the paint. He's going to kick it out. McNeil will take it. Yeah, he'll take it. He kind of looks like he feels bad for taking that shot.
Didn't look too excited, did he?
Yeah, he looks like he feels bad. But nonetheless, Terre Haute South, win number 14 on the season.
Oh, no.
How do you call that foul, ref? How do you call that foul on senior night? Everybody wanted to see Arnick in transition. He almost got that thing, and that old ref called the foul. Oh, mercy.
You got to shoot it there, buddy.
Yeah. 64-52. The seniors from Terre Haute South get the victory, as do the juniors, sophomore, and freshmen. 64-52. A big victory for Terre Haute South. A much-needed victory for Terre Haute South as they go into the postseason play that'll come up next. We'll step aside for a break. Come back with our postgame show. You're watching Terre Haute South basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021, Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people
in Central and West Central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
I'm all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
You're watching high school basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
Well, Vincennes outscored Terre Haute South in the first quarter. The Braves outscored them in quarters 2, 3, and 4. They come away with a 12-point win, 64-52. Sweet Caroline plays in the background. Troy, you want to be clicking on all cylinders or as much or close to that at the end of the season. You can't do any better than 1-0 in your last game going into postseason.
There you go. And a pretty good roll here. They've won 5 out of their last 7.
Right.
So the Braves are they're riding a little wave here. They didn't play perfect tonight by any means, but going into next week, you would hope get a little better start. That seems to be a theme, kind of a slow start, but you do that against the wrong team, you're going to get buried real quick. But they found a way to dig out of it here, and a lot of momentum for the Braves, and it's always good to get a win on senior night.
3 players for double digits for Vincennes, 3 players in double digits for Terre Haute South. Both teams did something well. Vincennes only 5 wins in the regular season this year. You could see this team's got a little something with it. I know Coach Meehan will have these boys having better days.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of missed shots, kind of some silly mistakes here and there, but I like the way they run their offense.
Me too.
It's very well put together. Defensively, they're pretty strong. They're just not real big, so kind of hurts them, I think. And they can definitely compete, but they are in a very tough conference.
Yep.
I would expect both of these teams to really make strides over the next 2 to 3 seasons.
Sectional, both of them are going to be tough as well. Sectional is right up ahead. Terre Haute South and Vincennes will start sectional play next week. I want to thank our sponsors: Goshen H&R Block, Great Dane, Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Mossy Oak Properties, Riddell National Bank, Sponsor Insurance, and York Automotive. Our camera operators were Cameron Harper, Nathan Cowan, and Sebastian De La Rosa. Our producer and director, Mr. Tony Harper. 12-point win for the Braves. Our next telecast will be at Terre Haute North Friday night as Evansville North comes in town. That'll be an 8 p.m. tip-off. I guess it'll probably be a senior night there, too. So hopefully it'll be 8 o'clock tip-off and a 7:45 pregame show from our partner, Troy Wilzine. I'm Walter Gordon saying good night. God bless. We've been watching Indiana Sports Network, a product of Indiana Sports Network, LLC. We'll be right back on Friday. Thank you for watching.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.